Brief DVMs coming from you from the RMSpeltz farms here. This time we're doing one on milkshakes. We like making milkshakes, and you can certainly do this any way you'd like, but our recipe is pretty simple. First we need some cream. A lot of people will use half and half or heavy whipping cream. In this case we're going to use a heavy whipping cream. We're just going to put our goat milk through the separator here, and we're going to pull out some cream, but just go to the store and buy yourself a little carton of it so you can get a couple cups of cream, and then you can make a nice milkshake. I think milkshakes are really enjoyable on the farm just because it's a lighter material, and certainly if you have milkshake cups and straws it probably makes it a little bit more fun. I don't actually own any parfait type glassware, but it's what it is. So you're gonna take your cream, and you need several cups of it for this recipe. Just pour it into a bowl, and then we're gonna put some milk in it too. And again, we're just using goat milk, so it'd be comparable to a recipe with whole milk. So it's pretty easy. Like I said, get yourself some cream, get yourself some 2% or whole milk, and then mix it together. We do a couple cups of each, so it's like a 50-50 mix. And when we make our milkshakes, and you can certainly add some chocolate to this and make it chocolate flavored. You can add strawberries to it that have been pureed or ground up and make it strawberry. For this sake, we're just doing vanilla. We need some sugar, so here we've got some unrefined cane sugar, and we're going to put a 3/4 of a cup in. So, and then vanilla is what we want to make right now, but again, if you want to make a different flavor, go for it. Add some cream to mint to it and make it a mint version. I like a couple teaspoons of vanilla in it. If you want it stronger, certainly make it stronger, but we're going to put 2 teaspoons of vanilla in, and then just like a pinch of salt, just a tiny amount. And this is, like I said, pretty easy to make. Now you can make this in a traditional ice cream maker, where you put the ice and the salt around the container that spins and make it that way. If you're going to do that, you've got to kind of watch it though, because you don't want it to freeze and become like a solid ice cream or an ice chunk. So we like using the KitchenAid. The KitchenAid works best for us, and we use one of their ice cream bowls that we've gotten cold. So you take this bowl that you can buy for your KitchenAid, put it in the freezer for like 12 hours, or maybe it's 15, I don't remember, and then put it in your KitchenAid stand, and then you put this mixture in, and then let it go for about 10 minutes or so until it just starts to get to that shake-like consistency. And again, even with this, if you go too far, you can actually end up making almost an ice cream out of it. Again, your goal is not to make an ice cream. It should be usable with a straw. Now, granted, we're going to eat this with a spoon, but again, I don't have the parfait stuff. And the kids absolutely just love shakes on the farm. So she's just going to make sure that it runs, and then we're going to put the mixture in it. We're going to run it for 12 to 15 minutes till it starts getting thick enough to be a good shake, and then we're going to serve it out. Now, the tricky part always is pouring this in here. And we probably should just have lifted the machine and poured it up over the top, but this works. And this particular recipe fits really nicely in here. And I would say this recipe will make, in bowl form, enough for probably 6 people. If you're going to make monstrous shakes, it'd probably be enough for 4 big shakes in parfait glasses. And certainly, feel free to put whipped cream and a cherry on top if you wanted to. I'm not going to show that here because I'm going to show what we just do for the kids. You put the device on stir, and then it's kind of idiot-proof. You just walk away and let the machine go. This is actually set up, this KitchenAid, to make ice cream. And with ice cream, you'd go, say, 40 or 45 minutes. And when the ice cream gets thick, this thing's got a little clutch in it, this little stir, and it would actually stop stirring. So you can see there it's pretty liquidy right now. But you give this thing about, like I said, 10 minutes. The bowl on the outside will frost up just because it's in the warm house right now. And then the inside will start to curdle and ice up. And then eventually it becomes a real kind of thick, creamy mixture that we want for shakes. Now, if you want to make this a malt, you certainly can. Just buy some malt and add it to this same recipe, and you can make malt. And of course, again, you can make chocolate malt, you can make vanilla malt, you can make strawberry malt, you can make raspberry malt. You know, you can make whatever flavor you want once you add the malt in it. I don't know. It just seems like an extra step to me in the way the kids eat the shakes. I don't know. Why go through the expense of having malt on the farm? So this is what we do. So this is starting to really thicken up here. Let's see if I can show you another view of it. I think we're about 3 or 4 minutes into it. You can start seeing in the center there. See if I can zoom in on this. It's really hard to focus once I get the camera this close. But see, you can see it's just starting to thick up. Now we're about, say, 5 minutes into this, and it's getting thicker. Again, we're not changing the speed. We're not trying to pulverize it and over whip it. And these kind of, shakes, they're ready to be eaten right away. This is like Dairy Queen. You don't want to go stick these in the freezer and make them rock hard. So now we're almost 10 minutes into it, and it's getting there, folks. There's not much left. You can see there's towards the edge of the paddles, there's some liquid yet. But it's getting to the point now where it's going to be nice and thick. Yeah, I just struggle with this camera when I try to get close up. Unfortunately, like a lot of channels that get really good camera equipment or invest really good camera equipment, that's not the case with us here on the farm. We've got just a nice Nikon, and it's what we got to use to make the videos. It's not like there's a massive budget. And it's pretty much done at this point. I think we're about almost 15 minutes into it, and this is pretty much done. Now remember, with these ice cream bowls, whether you get the Hampton Beach or the Cuisinart or the KitchenAid like this one is, remember when you scoop out of here to use plastic to scoop out, and also remember not to wash this till it fully cools, or I guess thaws on its own, so that you don't crack your bowls. These are basically like an aluminum bowl with a plastic outer shell, and you don't want to crack them because they're full of liquid that's meant to freeze. So here we are, it's done. Again, if you keep going beyond this for, say, another half hour or so, you'd eventually make a thick ice cream. You don't want to make a thick ice cream, folks. You want to keep it runny enough so that you can enjoy it like a shake. So what we're going to do at this point is we're going to come in and shut the machine off, and we're going to bowl it up. If you're fortunate, you got parfait glasses with long spoons and cool straws and cherries on top, it's kind of fun to do that way too, especially for like a party or a get-together. Because one thing about this, it's light, it's fresh, and a lot of people don't expect it as a dessert on a farm, so it kind of becomes kind of a, if you want to call it that, a party favorite. With the kids, obviously, it's a big treat. So if they've done their chores and things have gone well on the farm, a lot of times on the weekend we'll make this for them, and they just scarf it down. So in come the bowls here, as you can see. The kids are bringing them all in. There'll be 6 bowls because there's 6 of us that can eat it. Our littlest child right now can't quite down this cold of a substance without a headache. Now you notice when she takes this stir device out of the center, I think you'll kind of get the idea that it's softer. This isn't ice cream type. If you want ice cream type, you can keep going with it, but we don't want that. We want this to be a shake, so it's going to be more drop and plop, which is what we want. So get this out of the way here. And then basically we're going to serve out. And this stuff is literally, you could suck this up with a straw. It's that good, and it's light. And of course, when you're making it from your own cream and you're making it from your own milk, it's, to me, even better than store. But this is just my opinion. I appreciate you watching, folks. I hope you enjoyed our recipe and how we make homemade shakes on the farm. Give it a try sometime. I think you'll really enjoy it. Please follow us and continue to watch our progress on the homestead.